Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the Love Diary session. It's Monday, the 10th of March, 4 days away from the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, my Samsung. And I'm journaling for the first time in a very long time. This has not been written in except for notes in a very long time, and it was the first time I was making notes in it. Usually I just reserve it for journaling, my womb journal journey, but I guess now we are starting a new page. Oh, we had our first autumn weather today. I went outside and oh gosh, there was that breeze, and then I realized winter is setting in soon, and I have a beautiful harvest today. I harvested 3 tomatoes, 1 green pepper, and 1 the tiniest butternut from my buried scraps. Yeah, happy about that. Okay, so the live diary session today, what is it about? Let me journal first, and then after that, then I wanted to talk about spirituality and why it's such a buzz right now in all of our lives. Really, if you are awakening, then you are amongst the ones that are now aware of the fact that the world has shifted. We are now officially in the age of Aquarius, the age which requires us to be more spiritual and more centered around the individual self and individual contribution to the bigger scheme of things, So authenticity is a key buzzword right now, because that's what the next 20 years require of us, the unique, one-of-a-kind person that you were created. That's what life is about. And for you to understand that, then it requires you to tap into the spirit self, the soul that you are, and understanding your soul purpose as an individual and then in relation to the community and the world at large. That's what the next 20 years are about teaching us. So if you happen to be curious about spirituality, that tells me you are awakening, you are being called. They call it a calling. Une calling. Le calling lena is the soul calling you to come back to soul self, and I've had that journey for a while, and right now I would like to say I'm operating from the soul self, and it feels so good to be operating from the soul self, though it has been challenging for me, because for me, being a trailblazer, you're still in that world that people don't understand. When you are operating from the soul self, things are not just about 3D, the physical, what you can decipher with your mind, Things become 5D, they're more spiritual, they are more intuitive. You cannot justify practically, and you move on subtle nudges, and you receive messages from everything under the sun and moon, Usually one of the first signs is interest in astrology. My journey with astrology led me to a full birth chart, which was, oh my god, everything that I needed to be freed from the 3D mindset, because then I understood myself at a soul level, this person that I am, that I myself don't even understand, started becoming so clear, you know. And then I started understanding why I do things the way I do, why I think the way I do, why I'm on this path and all that. So iyenzeka ngendlela ezingafaniyo ke with people, you know. But one thing that is consistent is that it's more of an intuitive journey than a practical to-do list journey. The practical to-do list journey is really just activities that help you tap into your soul self, like for example the journaling. And when you're operating from a soul level, you can feel it when your soul requires that, you know, that quiet moment for you to listen to the soul, you know, and shut your ears and your eyes from the world and everything that is surrounding you and just tap into the silence. And then that's why journaling is so then easy to become the thing that you express yourself through, because at that point, like, the hand just does what it needs to do because the body knows and receives the message automatically, and all it needs to do is to act, because writing is an intuitive action. The words just flow. And then over time, that journal becomes your blueprint, because then the soul is telling you exactly what's what, you know. And then it's up to the mind and the body to then action what the soul is delivering, because the soul cannot perform without the body, which is the vehicle for the soul to carry out what the soul would like to carry out. Ne? I'm on a trance right now. I'm channeling. But yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to share today. That spiritual journey led me back to self-love, because then I understood what love is about, and I stopped looking at love from perspective of the 3D world, you know, but rather that one universal force that is in charge and ruling everything, that is the source of life, that it brings joy and everything that life comes with on this earth. It has become easier to operate from a place of love and open heart ever since I've been on this spiritual journey. It has been easier to forgive. It has been easier to accept things that are so difficult to even imagine that one can accept. It has been easier to just be confident in my being, you know. And that is the one thing I'm super grateful for to have been on this journey, because now I am that much more confident in my purpose. So if you're finding yourself on that journey with question marks and all that, you should know that the calling, the soul is calling for you to listen to what the soul wants, what the soul is here for. When you find yourself questioning yourself about your purpose, the meaning of life, and those type of deep conversations with yourself, you should know that the soul is yearning to come alive, and it's time to stop focusing just on the practical 3D things of the world and start listening to what the soul has to say, so that you can find your path to peace, calm, joy that is constant despite all the highs and lows of life. This is me sharing my experience. What is your experience like? If you do have an experience that you would like to share, I would love to hear how people are experiencing, how other people are experiencing spirituality, the awakening, the calling, broader than just being like a healer or a traditionalist or herbalist or any of those, but just at soul level. I'd love to hear what other people out there are experiencing, what they have to say about it. Okay, today it ends here. Till we meet again, dear diary.